I lie back on the bed, thinking about everything. My mind is tired, and my body feels weak. I'm not sure if I can trust what I remember. There's so much confusion, but I need to stay calm. I close my eyes for a moment, trying to relax. Suddenly, I hear footsteps. My eyes open wide. Someone is coming. I quickly sit up, feeling the tension build inside me. The footsteps are getting louder. Whoever it is, they're walking straight toward the door. I hold my breath. The door handle moves. Slowly, it turns, and the door creaks open. It's the man in black clothes again. He steps inside and looks at me. "Well, it seems you've had time to think," he says, his voice low and calm. "Are you ready to tell me who you are?" I shake my head. "I don't know." He took a deep breath, stepping closer. "You must know something. You were watching us. We know that much." "I told you." "I can't remember," I say, trying to sound convincing. But the truth is, I'm not even sure if I believe myself. He doesn't look convinced either. "We don't have time for this," he mutters under his breath. Then he leans forward, staring into my eyes. "Do you want to know the truth?" I blink, unsure of what to say. Before I can answer, he pulls something from his pocket, a small, silver key. He holds it up between his fingers. "This," he says slowly, "is your key. It was in your jacket when we found you." I frown, staring at the key. "My key? What does it open?" "I don't remember having a key." "You must remember something," the man insists. "Think." I shake my head again. "I don't know." He steps back, frustrated. "Fine. You'll remember sooner or later. We'll give you some more time, but don't think you can escape." With that, he turns and leaves the room, locking the door behind him. Hours pass. The room is quiet, but my mind is racing. Why would I have a key? What does it open? And why are these people so desperate for answers? My head aches as I try to piece everything together, but nothing makes sense. I lie on the bed, staring at the ceiling. The sound of Mozart fills the room again, and I close my eyes, trying to focus on the music. Maybe it can help me remember something. Anything. Suddenly, a memory flashes in my mind. I'm standing in front of a large, old building. There's a sign above the door, but I can't make out the words. I'm holding the key, the same silver key that the man showed me. I'm about to unlock the door when I hear footsteps behind me. I turn around, and the memory ends. I sit up, breathing heavily. What was that place? Was I there to open something important? My head pounds as I try to recall more details, but the memory is gone as quickly as it came. I get up from the bed and walk to the window. The green field stretches out in front of me, the sun shining brightly. I watch as the wind moves through the grass, and for a moment, I feel calm. But then, the questions return, pulling me back into the confusion. Who am I? Why can't I remember? Later, I hear the sound of voices outside the room. The door opens, and two men step in. One of them is the man in black. The other is a man I've never seen before. He's tall, with dark hair and cold eyes. Is this she? The new man asks, looking at me with suspicion. Yes, the man in black replies. She doesn't remember anything. The new man steps closer, his eyes narrowing as he studies me. I find that hard to believe. I stay silent, unsure of what to say. The new man pulls out a chair and sits down in front of me. Listen, he says calmly. We don't have much time. You need to start talking. Who are you working for? I told you. I don't know, I say, feeling frustrated. The man leans back in his chair, shaking his head. You're lying. I know you are. But don't worry. We'll get the truth out of you soon enough. He stands up and nods to the man in black. Keep an eye on her. I'll be back later. As he leaves the room, I feel a sinking feeling in my stomach. These people aren't going to stop until they get what they want. But how can I give them answers when I don't even know the truth myself? The next morning, I wake up feeling tired. The room is still dark, and the only sound is the soft music playing in the background. I sit up, rubbing my eyes. My head feels clearer today, but the confusion is still there. Suddenly, the door opens again. It's the man in black, and this time, he's holding a small tray with food and water. You'll need your strength, he says, placing the tray on the table. I look at the food hungrily. It's the first meal I've seen since I woke up in this place. I quickly eat the bread and drink the water, feeling a bit more energized. As I finish, the man speaks again. We've been watching you for a long time, you know. We know what you're capable of. I frown, confused. What do you mean? He smiles slightly. You'll remember soon enough. With that, he leaves the room once more, locking the door behind him. I sit at the table, staring at the empty plate. What does he mean? They've been watching me? What am I capable of? Another memory flickers in my mind. I'm running through the woods, breathing heavily. It's nighttime, and I can hear footsteps behind me. Someone is chasing me. I keep running, my heart pounding in my chest. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I have to get away. Suddenly, I trip and fall to the ground. The footsteps get closer, and I try to crawl away, but it's too late. A hand grabs my arm, pulling me back. I look up, and the memory ends. I gasp and hold my head. What was that? Who was chasing me? Was it the same people who have me locked in this room now? I stand up, pacing the room. My mind is racing. I need to figure this out. I need to remember who I am and why I'm here. I walk over to the window and stare out at the field again. The The sun is setting, casting a golden light over the grass. As I watch the scene, a thought occurs to me. Maybe the key isn't for something inside the house. Maybe it's for something outside. I decide to wait until nightfall. When the house is quiet, I'll try to use the key to escape. The hours pass slowly, but finally, the music stops, and the house grows silent. I wait a little longer, just to be sure, and then I quietly walk to the door. I press my ear against it, listening for any sounds, but all I hear is silence. I take a deep breath and pull out the key. This is my chance. With the silver key in my hand, I slowly unlock the door. The click of the lock sounds louder than I expected, but no one seems to hear it. I push the door open just a little, peeking into the hallway. It's empty. The only sound I can hear is the soft ticking of a clock somewhere in the distance. I step out of the room and quietly close the door behind me. My heart races as I tiptoe down the hallway. I need to be quick. I don't know how much time I have before someone notices I'm gone. At the end of the hallway, I find the stairs. The moonlight shines through a large window, casting a faint glow on the floor. I carefully go down the stairs, trying to avoid making any noise. My legs feel shaky, but I keep going. I can't stop now. When I reach the bottom of the stairs, I look around. There are several doors, and I have no idea which one leads to the outside. I decide to try the first one on the left. I turn the handle, but it's locked. I move to the next door. This one opens. I slip inside, and to my surprise, I'm surprised to find myself in a small room with books and a desk. The room is filled with books and papers. But what catches my attention is a large map on the wall. The map shows the area around the house with several red marks on it. I step closer, studying it. The red marks seem to be locations, houses, roads, and something else. Before I can look any closer, I hear a noise behind me. I freeze. The door is opening. Someone is coming in. I quickly hide behind a tall bookshelf, holding my breath. The door creaks open, and I see a shadow move across the room. It's the man in black. He walks over to the desk, picking up a few papers. I stay as still as possible, praying he doesn't see me. After a few moments, he leaves the room, and I breathe out. That was too close. I wait a little longer, just to be safe, and then I slip back out into the hallway. I need to find a way out of this house. I try another door, and this time it leads to a small kitchen. There's a back door here, and I rush over to it, hoping it's unlocked. I twist the handle, but it's stuck. No. I grab a knife from the counter and start working on the lock. After a few tries, the lock gives way, and the door swings open. Cool night air hits my face as I step outside. I made it. I quietly close the door and look around. The field spreads out in front of me, just like I saw from the window. I need to leave here as quickly as I can. I start running. The grass brushes against my legs as I run through the field, the moonlight guiding my way. I don't stop. Even when my legs ache and my lungs burn. I don't know where I'm going, but I need to get as far away from that house as possible. Suddenly, I hear a sound behind me. I look over my shoulder and see a figure in the distance. It's the man in black. He's chasing me. Fear rushes through me, and I run faster. My feet hit the ground hard, and my heart feels like it might burst. I can hear him getting closer. I need to find a place to hide. Up ahead, I see a small group of trees. I head toward them, hoping the darkness will cover me. I jump into the trees and crouch down, trying to catch my breath. The footsteps stop. I hold my breath, listening. He's close, but he hasn't found me yet. I wait for what feels like forever, but eventually, the footsteps fade away. He's gone. I stay hidden in the trees for a little while longer, just to be sure. When I'm sure it's safe, I carefully step out and start walking again. I don't know where I am, but I need to keep moving. As I walk, the memories start coming back to me. I was working undercover. The key. It wasn't mine. It belonged to them, the thieves. I had been sent to investigate the stolen paintings, to find out who was behind the heist. That's why I was watching the house. But I got caught before I could report back. That's why they took me. I stop walking, everything suddenly becoming clear. I'm not a thief. I'm not a criminal. I'm an investigator. And those people in the house, they're the real criminals. I need to get to the police. Hours later, I reach a small village. The sun is just beginning to rise, casting a warm glow over the buildings. I walk up to the first house I see and knock on the door. An elderly man answers, looking confused. "Can I help you?" "I need to use your phone," I say breathlessly. "It's an emergency." The man hesitates for a moment, but then he nods and lets me in. I quickly dial the number for the police and explain everything that happened. Within minutes, a police car arrives, and I'm taken to the station. I tell them about the house, the stolen paintings, and the people who took me. They listen carefully, nodding as I explain. Later that day, I sit in a small room at the police station, waiting for news. Eventually, an officer walks in, a smile on his face. "We got them," he says. "The people from the house. They're under arrest, and we've recovered the stolen paintings." I feel relieved to hear this. It's over. I'm safe. "Thank you," I say, feeling a weight lift from my shoulders. The officer nods. "You did good work. You'll be able to go home soon." A few days later, I'm back home, sitting on my own couch, sipping a cup of coffee. The memories of the past few days still stay in my mind, but for the first time in a long while, I feel at peace. I may not have remembered who I was at first, but now I know the truth. I'm an investigator, and I helped bring down a group of dangerous criminals. As I sit there, I smile to myself. It's good to be home.
Thanks for watching Story-Based English. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun stories and English lessons. Keep learning, and we'll see you in the next story.